Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today I do appreciate you stopping by. Guys, this is 3 Floyds Brewing Alpha King, and I did this quite a few years back. This is a pale ale, guys, coming in at 6.66%. The devil's beer, evidently. This is a pale ale. I don't buy a lot of pales. This was sent to me by Maverick. So Maverick, thanks a bunch for sending me the beers you do. I think this wraps up the last package that you sent me. This is a fairly bitter beer, or big IBUs for a pale ale. It is, over 6.5%, but it has 68 IBUs, which is kind of heavy for a pale ale, in my humble opinion. Usually the pales are down in the 40 and 50 range, and it's been, like I said, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago when I had the last one, and it's always a pleasure when I get beer sent to me, but I don't buy a lot of pale ales, and usually people that do are looking for something less bitter than an IPA. And this has quite a few IBUs, so I don't know if that quite fits into that category with that many IBUs or not. But if you'd like a nice pale that has substantial bitterness to it, maybe this is it. Probably hop forward. So this is, like I said, sent to me by Maverick, and the note he sent here on this one says bottled on January 21st of 2019, and we are on April the 28th. So it's a little past this prime in my humble opinion, but he apologized for sending some of this stuff. It was the freshest he could get his hands on, and I do appreciate that. But it is what it is when we come to these guys. 68 IBUs, like I said, and that comes from Untapped because it's not on the bottle, and the ABV is not on the bottle either. 3 Floyds doesn't put any of that information on there. They probably want to use those labels year after year after year after year and forever and ever and ever. Hops are Centennial, Cascade, and Warrior is what he's telling me on this one. So we shall see what brings to the table for a 2019 edition of this beer. So let's jump over to Untapped. I've already given you all the information. Their commercial description says, a bold yet balanced American pale ale with a slight caramel sweetness and aggressive citric hoppiness. This is our flagship beer. Well, it's a little heavy on the IBUs, flagship beer. If that is correct, being 68 IBUs. But it is what it is. So let's get it open, get it into the glass before it gets any older. Little hiss, just a tad of smoke coming out. Into the glass we go. We'll stand it up on the back end pour. And I say, they're kind of crazy, funky, devilish graphics. They're paying somebody big bucks to draw that stuff up for them, and they probably want to use it over and over and over again since they're paying big bucks to get it done. Not quite a finger of head on that. It's got a deep amber color. It's kind of cloudy in the upper part here, but I can see light through the thin part of the glass down at the bottom here. Looks like a lot of bubbles streaming up, reinforcing that head. To the nose we go. Got some nice maltiness going on there. A little bit of citrusiness, caramel, toffee. Doesn't have an off-the-chain hot presence, but seems to be very decent. Citrusy, maybe a little of oranges in there. Maybe just a slight hint of some mango. Smells pretty good. Three Floyds does some tasty beers, guys. Will not take that away from them. They brew some really tasty stuff, but they're kind of lackluster on the information they put on the bottle. So, to the lips we go. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Maverick. Very smooth to drink. Does have a decent, not over the top, hop bitterness to the back end, but it's a little heavy in my opinion, being that high on a pale ale. But a lot of people like it, and they keep buying it, so they keep making it. It is a tasty beer. I will not take that away from them, guys. I'm sure a lot of people absolutely love this beer. Especially if they have something that's got a whole lot more, like a New England, a whole lot more hop presence and flavor like a New England style beer does. But very, very tasty beer. So let me sip on this. It's right out of the fridge, and we'll come back and see where it did. Like I said, I did this 4 or 5 years ago, I think. And I didn't go back and watch that video to see where I gave it. Of course, a lot of New England style beers under the bridge since then, so not sure I'm going to be giving it the same grade, whether it was good or not. Like I said, I didn't go back and look. I'm going to judge it like it's the first time I ever had it. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on a while. Pretty good lacing effect on the glass. It is a little heavy on the bitterness for a pale ale, but you know, they're selling a ton of it or they wouldn't keep making it, guys. Not to the ABV. I usually start my ABVs for go-to beers at 7%. This is close to it, but I don't buy a lot of pale ales. I have some sent to me just like I did on this one, so once again, Maverick, thanks for sending it to me. It's been quite a while since I've had this beer, but it's not world-class or outstanding in my opinion, but I'm going to grade it for what it is. It is a very tasty pale ale. It's not off the chain with the hop presence. Of course, it's got a little age on it now, almost to 4 months. Next week it'll be 4 months, so it's still tasty. Final chug. The other thing worth picking up is if it comes at a reasonable price. Not so heavy of a beer that you couldn't drink multiples of it and not be too inebriated, especially if you're used to drinking a heavier alcohol beer, and not the 5% macros or 5% beers. Tasty beer, guys. I'm not going to take anything away from it. I think it's A- beer. I'm going to give it a 90, right down in the 90 area. I was going to say down the middle, but it ain't the middle. It's the beginning of the A- scale. So, but I do think it's an A beer. A- is what I'm giving it. 90. Over to Beer Advocate. They say it's 4.25, so they're giving it a little bit better grade than I am. But you know, if you say, "Oh my God, that's the best thing I ever tasted," I'm not going to argue with that. But I've had quite a few New England style pales that were more tastier to me. Over to Untapped. Untapped has it at 3.99, kicking the door down to me, and that's their top notch on their B+ range, in my opinion. One more that would give it to the 4 would put it in the same grade as I'm giving it. So we're one number of difference there. But I'm, like I said, I'm giving it a better grade than Untapped, but not as good as Beer Advocate is giving it. So that's where it ends up. If you've had the 2019 Alpha King, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.